Joining us to explain the province's position on Dr. Mkhize and other issues surrounding the eligibility of his candidacy is ANC KwaZulu-Natal Secretary Bheki Mtolo. Mtolo, good evening and thank you very much for your time and joining us tonight here on In Focus. Let's start here first. When you say it is a popular view of the will of the branches, how is that popular view qualified? Is it quantitatively in terms of numbers? And can you give us then the spread of those numbers, what they look like? Or is it just qualitatively?
No. Thanks very much. Greeting to your viewers. It's not qualitative, it's quantitative. It's almost 95% of our branches that have that participated in the process and have agreed that we nominate those 4 comrades to occupy the position of a top 6, led by Comrade Dr. Zweli Mkhize, deputized by Comrade Paul, Comrade Stanley Matabata, Comrade Mtolo from Eastern Cape, and Comrade Nomvula Mama Action from Gauteng.
Yeah, I'm saying that because there is a former leader of the party who is raising his hand to be the chairperson. He's also saying there's been an overwhelming number of branches who have said he must stand for chairperson, but also they're in full support of his nominated candidate for president in Newzroom. That is former President Jacob Zuma, whom not so long ago, a couple of weeks, in fact, your leadership consulted him.
Where did you get that?
In a letter that has been published.
You didn't read the same letter.
So you're saying the letter does not say that he had received a call from branch members calling him to
but not overwhelmingly.
To possibly consider the thing of.
You read a different letter. I can read the letter for you now.
So it's not an overwhelming number that has told him to stand for chairperson.
The letter didn't say that.
I'm saying
in the letter, former President Zuma says there was a candidate that was contesting. He still believes that candidate can still be eligible and fit to be a leader of the ANC.
Right.
It doesn't even say to be president of the ANC, to be a leader of the ANC. And you agree with him because Comrade Nkosazana is a leader of the ANC now. He's in the NEC, he's in the NWC. It's correct.
Right. So you're saying in your conversation with former President Jacob Zuma...
We never had a conversation about this thing.
Well, I mean, when you visited him, did you fail to convince him on your preferred candidate?
We never discussed it.
You never discussed it with him?
No, it was not with him.
Did he express his wish and his view of who should be supported?
No, his wish was that you must do it in the best interest of the ANC and try to unite the ANC, make it even more capable organization to run the progress of transformation in the country. That's what we agreed with him. We didn't discuss leadership preferences. In fact, we didn't discuss 55th National Conference. Yeah.
What do you make of the view that says the current candidates that are supported are the same candidates who supported Cyril Ramaphosa in the 54th National Conference?
Sorry?
The current candidates that you're supporting now as a province are the same candidates who supported President Cyril Ramaphosa in the 54th National Congress.
That's a lie. Comrade Nomvula never supported Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa in the 54th National Congress. It's a lie. Comrade Zweli Mkhize was supporting, was running his own campaign. Then it's a lie. Then let's not lie. Let's speak the truth. I was part of that.
Stan Matabata certainly was supporting former current President Cyril Ramaphosa, and he continues to support his second term, from what I'm hearing.
Yes. I also here in KZN, myself and Dusen and Zigalala, we supported Nkosazana Zuma in 2017, but we contested each other in this conference. Then what's wrong with that?
Yeah. So are you saying the candidates are then better placed, they have better credentials in your own view, and it is not a decision that is driven by them having a lot of money, as the letter seems to suggest?
I think those whom we have supported, President Zuma is the witness. When we supported him from as early as 2005 to up to 2007, I was in the REC of the ANC in my region. He never gave me even a cent. When we supported Mam Nkosazana in 2017, she's a witness. She never gave me a cent. Then they are the witness. Those who have supported, they are the witness that we don't support people because they give us money. They are the witness. If they are honest to themselves, they know the truth.
The type of leadership that you have selected that you think should emerge, what mission would you want them to lead?
You know, the ANC was formed to transform South African society in the interest of the black majority, in particular Africans in particular. Then the ANC started a lot of programs to develop South Africa, to change it where it was. It must continue to make sure that the lives of our people are changed. There are a lot of people who still don't have good schools. There are a lot of people who are still waiting to get houses from the ANC-led government. There are a lot of young people that still have to get access to higher education through NSFAS programs. There are a lot of young people that still have to get job opportunities. There are a lot of communities that are still looking to get electricity. You remember when it took over, electricity was around 34% in the country. Now it's around 87%. There are a lot of people still want to see that progress that has been made by the ANC, so that they realize the progress that the ANC has done.
Yeah. So these
they will have to champion that, and all of them. Remember, we have not elected here or proposed Machansas. You know that Comrade Zweli Mkhize has got more than 20 years experience in the government, in leadership. He has been a deputy chairperson under Mtolo for 10 years. He has been a premier. He has been a TG. He has been an MEC from various portfolios in KwaZulu-Natal. Same as Comrade Paul in Gauteng, in the national cabinet. Same as Comrade Nomvula. Same as Comrade Stanley. We were not electing Machansas or Mafikizolo. Yeah. They've got credentials both political and in the government. And then wherever they've gone, they've shown progress. They've shown that they can stand the test of times. These are not Machansas.
Yeah, those CVs contains both good and bad. I mean, it's not only the good that we can point to. There are also some clouds hanging, for example, around Dr. Zweli Mkhize, around the Digital Vibes saga. Do you think that in any way is going to inhibit his chances of success?
Tell me, what is wrong about Digital Vibes?
The SIU found...
What can stop it?
The SIU found it to have been implicated in that, is it not?
Yes, it is alleged that it's implicated. What you are failing to understand is that the officials that participated in the tender, awarding of that tender, the SIU used that report and charged those officials in terms of the department internal processes. Those officials were charged. Then the SIU went to the discipline as a key witness, and then it failed to prove the case in the internal disciplinary process of the department. And as we speak today, all those officials are working in the National Department of Health, because SIU could not prove a point. Remember, it was even worse because the standard of proof in the labor dispute is a simply low level of standard of proof, is balance of probabilities. How do you then think they can prove that in court? But if you say a minister, you bring the officials, you'll find that the officials has not committed corruption in awarding a tender, whose signatures are in all papers. How to then say the minister committed corruption? But let's go beyond that. The Hawks have put it on record in this country that Comrade Zweli Mkhize is not under investigation, not now, not tomorrow. Then he's not charged. Then in terms of the rules of the ANC, it qualifies to be nominated. But because you want to drive a narrative to taint very good leaders, Comrade Zweli Mkhize has been an MEC in KwaZulu-Natal from 1994 until 2013. He was a premier. He has never been accused of any wrongdoing. Why do you think when he comes to national, he will start to undermine the public purse? In fact, when he assumed a responsibility as a premier in KwaZulu-Natal in 2009, he found the province was in deficit. When he left in 2013, he turned things around. The province was in a good financial state of affairs. Then he has proven his track record speaks for itself. But because people, they think they can lie, and lies become the truth. But they failed. Yeah. I can tell you, nothing will implicate Zweli Mkhize in terms of digital right. It's not going to happen. People must prepare to have Zweli Mkhize as a president in 20 December 2022. And lead our people.
What is the province's view on the question of generational takeover as opposed to generational mix? Because from the list that you have given, you've only really allowed the position of TG to be held by a young female. The rest of those candidates are not necessarily a generational mix that you would call inclusive of young people.
What do you mean? That's a generational mix. Nomvula is not the same generation as Zweli Mkhize and Mathabata, for example. They are not the same generation.
No, I said a generational mix that includes young people. That's what I said.
I'm talking about a generational mix in the context of the ANC. I'm saying that is a generational mix because Nomvula is not the same generation as Dr. Zweli Mkhize and Stanley Mathabata. They are different generations. Then it's generational mix. We are mixing an older generation and the younger generation in terms of organic growth in the movement and experience. Then they are not the same generation. Then it's generational mix. Say something else?
Yeah. So what do you mean when you say the TG position will be for a younger female candidate?
We mean, for example, somebody who's younger than that mixed generation. It means we will be mixing at least 3 interrelated generations in the system.
So you believe that Nomvula Mokonyane is a young person in terms of the generational mix of the ANC, in your view?
Now, the ANC generational mix, remember that thing was started by us when we were in the youth league. We never defined it in terms of age. It has never been our intention that it must be age. Technically, you must be 34, and then somebody else must be 36, somebody else must be 40. We said in terms of, by the way, you don't even understand, generational mix, you can be old in the movement.
Yeah.
But you can be, there are many people, for example, in that NEC, whom I'm very senior to them. They know it, the truth. I'm very senior to them. They are not my generation. In the movement, they are not my generation. They are a generation younger to me in terms of they are coming in the organization and their growth and their experience and their track record. Then generation is not about age. It's your contribution and your experience and your track record in serving the movement. That's what it means.
What about the call of the ANC?
You can get somebody who's 60, who's younger in the ANC because he's 60 but he joined the ANC when he was 55. Then you can't say that person is senior than somebody who is 40 who joined the ANC at the age of 14.
Are you disregarding the call of the ANC Youth League to say the old generation, the 60-plus generation that is feeling Parliament must go in retirement and go enjoy their pension at home and take care of their grandchildren?
That's not the position of the Youth League. We are misrepresenting the Youth League. I think we are misunderstanding Youth League and COSAS.
So that view, you're not supportive of it?
With the view of saying
that the older generation that is over 60, that is occupying the seats of Parliament, must retire and allow for young blood with new ideas?
Unfortunately, that's not how revolutions all over the world works. It will never work like that. Those people are still very... In fact, one thing we need to discuss in South Africa is to pay a person who's 60 years a pension. Is it economically viable to pay somebody who still can be economically active for 10 years? You still pay him a pension at 6 years. It's something that we need to discuss and confront it. To my view, it's not the view of the organization, it's my own personal view, which I may champion towards the national conference, that I think is giving an economic burden unnecessarily to the country. Because somebody who's 60 years is still very young to me.
Mtolo, much appreciated. Thank you very much for coming on tonight and helping us in this conversation. That is the Secretary of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, Bheki Mtolo.